So bank holiday day 3 in the bag. Before we come back here and look at the stuff that I picked up, let's have a quick look at the footage out from the boot sale and going to meet the guys, and then we'll come back here and go over all the pickups. So back in the game room after what was a very busy and very good hunt for the bank holiday day 3. I've got a box of stuff to go over from that day, from the car boot sale, from I think 3 CEX shops, and then just a wandering about London with some of my friends from uni, and going to Forbidden Planet just like we used to whilst we were studying at university. So after having a good 2 days, one in Croydon, a half good day that was saved in Streatham after me being super hungover, and heading out, missing the car boot sale, which in hindsight I will be kicking myself at because I could have got another super deal, but it is what it is. We moved, I got super drunk, and that's what it is. So I've got some bits here, some games, a console, and just some bits and pieces that I picked up along the way on the day. So like I said, from the boot sale, going out in London with some of my mates from uni, having some food, some drinks, and just a general good time and a catch up. So starting off, I'm going to go with the non-games or console, and the first thing that I picked up, something that I've not really ever been into, I picked one up from one of the, like the twisty coin machines, one of the last times we had been out, and I got this for $3.99 inside Forbidden Planet. It was $5.99, still in the box, not put it together yet, and it is sort of a mini Gundam figure. That was, like I said, $3.99. I thought, why not? We all grabbed one each. I'm pretty sure Amir has probably put his together already because I am months and months after August posting this. We're now heading into spring 2025, so this box has sat on the shelf for quite some time waiting for me to sort my life out to post these games. So that was the first pickup, although it wasn't the first pickup. We're doing it sort of backwards. We're coming back to the boot sale stuff at the end. So this mini Gundam was one of the bits that I picked up with the guys, and I'll probably spend some time putting that together if I can be bothered. The next thing again was from Forbidden Planet by Tottenham Court Road, and this was $22.99 and I got it for $2.99, so quite a sum off, and it is a survival manual by Josh Parker, and it's the official Far Cry survival manual. So prepare for anything with this guide, inspired by the location and events of the Far Cry video game series. Over 200 survival tips inspired by Far Cry. So for $2.99 I got this survival manual, and it just has a bunch of stuff in: how to stop splurting blood or internal bleeding, gunshot wounds, and it's got some art and bits from the games, from each game in the series. And this is just a nice piece to have, because I do enjoy the Far Cry games, and I do enjoy my video game related books, whether that be guides, game dev stuff, or anything game related, concept art. So this will be going in the bookshelf in the front room downstairs. But for $2.99, I thought, why not? It's sort of a very good deal. And they do often, inside Forbidden Planet, have super good deals on books and stuff of like concept art and whatnot. I think I got my Gears Tactics one in there for about £4 or something. So it's always worth checking out when I'm meeting the guys. We always hit Forbidden Planet. And I usually leave with a book of some sort. Just like we did, what would it be, 10 years ago that I graduated now. So all of that's long time ago, 10 years ago, that we used to, in between lectures and whatnot, head up to Forbidden Planet and buy trading card stuff or just stuff that we didn't need. And now 10 years later, we're still doing the same thing when we meet up. So with those two bits out of the way, now brings me on to the games that I picked up either through or at even CEX in Morden, Goodge Street and Camden Town, I think were the three that I ended up in on this day, or the car boot sale. So after the car boot sale, my first stop whilst going to meet the guys was at Morden. So I stopped in the CEX just in case I didn't pick up any more games at any of the other CEXs in London. And I picked up a game that I hadn't seen before. And that game is for the PlayStation 2. It cost me £2.50, and that is Scalar. One that I'm certainly going to check out because I've never played it before and never had actually seen it before. Super bright colours on the cover. So one that's going to go straight into the PlayStation 2 collection. And I picked this up at the beginning of my tube journey into town to meet the boys. The next two games, or next three games, were from CEX's. The first one in Goodge Street, the next two in Camden Town. So the one from Goodge Street is a game I'm not really sure how to pronounce. The Goodge Street CEX is super tiny. There's not a lot in there really to pick up. And this was £6, and it's called, I'm going to say Timesia or Timesia. It looks like Timesia, but not a clue. Again, a game I've never seen before, and I don't think I've seen this anywhere in CEX since picking this one up. So it's on the Series X, one that I've not played before, like I said, not played or seen, but one to go straight into my Xbox Series X collection, because my Xbox 360 and Xbox is what I collect most things for. So the Xbox One and Xbox Series collection are now starting to bolster, with the Xbox One and Series games becoming cheaper and 360 games becoming more expensive. I've got quite the bucket load of 360 games, but I still need a lot more. So Timesia or Timesia straight into the collection. The next two were games that I picked up in the Camden Town CEX. This was just after I met the boys because we met each other in Camden Town. And the first one is for the PlayStation Portable, and it was a game that one of my friends recommended that I picked up, and that was Pursuit Force Extreme Justice for £5 on the PSP. You can see from previous videos I don't often pick up loads of handheld or PSP stuff, so following my friend's recommendation, I picked this one up to go straight into the handheld collection. And next is a game that I think I may have. I'll have to go through all the PS2 games, but it was £3 in the Camden Town CEX, and that was World War Zero. I really like the cover art on this actually, but maybe one that I can give a go. It looks like something that could be up my street. So World War Zero there for the PS2, straight into the PlayStation collection. So the next 6 games, I've got 2 Xbox 360, 3 PS2 and 1 Nintendo Wii game. And I picked these up off a gent at the car boot sale who did a deal on this selection of games, which was, it worked out to 5 games for £6. Or no, 6 games for £5, sorry. So less than £1 a game. Looking at them now, I went to post a picture on my Instagram the other day, and I was looking for a game to post from the 360 collection, and I saw this game in there. So I definitely do have this one. Another 360 game that I've picked up that I already have, but it's not the end of the world, and that is Stormrise. Looking at it now whilst talking to you is a game that I do want to play. It's not one that I have played from the collection, a Creative Assembly and Sega game, but I'm probably going to give this one a crack actually, and then pop this copy up for sale, which when I go back to the car boots later on now in March, we'll see them in the next couple of weeks. I've got bucket loads of 360 stuff to be selling to make money to buy more games. So Stormrise unfortunately won't be going into the collection because I do already have it, so that one will be going back out. And the second 360 game is another one that I think I may have, but I'm just not too sure. I'm going to have a look. And that is Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires. I'm certain I have it, but I'm not 100% certain I have it. So this may be another one that doesn't go into the collection, but goes back out to sale. Both of them have a bit of sun bleaching or sun damage on the spines where they've been left facing the sunlight. But those two Xbox 360 games out of that pickup of 6 games are a $5. The next game is one that I've never heard of or seen on the Nintendo Wii, and I don't know how to pronounce this one. Kokoto or Kokoto Magic Circus. Again, I don't have overly a huge amount of Wii games, so this is literally one just to make up some numbers in the collection. One that I've never seen, so I picked that one up, and obviously for under £1, can't go wrong. So that will be going straight into the Wii collection. And now the last 3 are driving or racing games for the PS2. I did spend some time playing racing games, Midnight Club and whatnot on the PS2 when I was younger. I've never really been, you know, a racing car like game fan, if I'm honest. I played the odd ones here and there like Forza Dirt and whatever else, but these ones go straight in the collection because I'd never seen them for the PS2 and never owned them on the PS2 before I started collecting, and I don't have them on the PS2 now. So the first one, although they all need a bit of a clean up, is TG Daredevil. The next one is the dirtiest one, so definitely needs a clean up, is Tokyo Road Race. And the third is Speed Machines 3 for the PS2. So these 3 games will be going straight into the PS2 collection once they've had a wash, because the cases and the sleeves are a bit grimy. So down to the last 2 games, and then I've got a console in here. So the next game is a PS4 or PlayStation VR game. I don't have a PS VR. But I think this was £2. I might have given him £1 for it. I can't remember. But it's got 2 written on it. And that is Until Dawn Rush of Blood. I played a bit of Until Dawn. But this was £2. And like I've said before, I don't really have much in the PS3, 4 and 5 collection. So it's one that obviously with VR is for the PS4. So I've picked that one up either for £1 or £2. And that was from a different vendor at the car boot sale, not someone that had, you know, big selections of games. It was someone that was just selling their kids stuff, whereas the 6 or a 5 was a guy, really nice gent actually, who he said he used to sell games and stuff in a shop. It was a really, like, not really old, but it was an older gent, and he was super nice, super fair on his prices, and, you know, he had loads of stuff, toys and stuff, and he said that he had loads of stalls over the years selling games and toys and whatever. Whereas this was just from someone getting rid of some crap, so... and the same case for the next game. So I've got a couple of variations of this game that I loved when it had initially come out, and played a lot of the first one and this one and the third and fourth as well. So I have the collector's edition with the gun, but I didn't have the version with the cardboard sleeve, and that is Saints Row 2. Absolutely loved the Saints Row games. I still need to go, well, I'm obviously finishing them, I still need to go back and look at some achievements from back in the day. It'll give me an excuse to play it. But really loved the Saints Row games. The first 2 for different reasons for the last 2. I feel like the last 2 got super wacky. The first 2 were really good. Really enjoyed them. So Saints Row 2 with the nice, I mean, it's in good condition. It's not too battered, cardboard sleeve. So another one, although I've already got the game, just not this variant to go into the Xbox 360 collection. And last but not least, so like I said, this is going back to August. It was only a few weeks after I picked up the last one, and I did say the hunt was on. So now I need to get, I'm probably going to look for the orange version, but I have the Grape Fantastic N64. Really happy to have found this at a car boot sale out in the wild. You don't often see that anymore. So I paid a little bit more than what I would want to at a car boot sale, but the guy knew how much this was worth. So I did get a good enough deal. Unfortunately, it's another one with no controller. Hence why I got it at a good price, but more than what I would have wanted to have paid elsewhere. And I looked at some of the, the other variants on eBay, but I don't like buying games and stuff on eBay. I prefer the thrill of the hunt, and this was such a good one to find out in the wild at a car boot sale. So now I need to make some space up on this bookshelf with the Pokemon, the Jungle Green, my Japanese sort of ice blue version, and my North American Super Nintendo, to move them over to make some space for this one to go up there. And then when I do my game room tour, you will, see them all in action, all displayed. But super happy to have found this at a car boot sale. Haven't seen an N64, let alone a fantastic one, for years. I think the last time I saw a fantastic version at a car boot sale, I must have been about 13, 14, and it was a boxed one that was for sale for £15. But obviously that was a long time before I started collecting, and obviously they're worth a lot more money now. So this one's going to go straight up as a display piece with the green one up on top of the shelf. But super happy, and this really, capped off what was a good day of hunting, and just an overall good day out with some of my buddies that I used to go to university with. So much nostalgia, going to Forbidden Planet, out having a few beers and the rest of it, and a really nice sunny day with a great hunt at the car boot sale was just what you want as a game collector. So a nice stack of games here. Hoping to get myself in gear to be able to go over this 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks and a 5th stack starting off pickups, through the autumn, the winter, and everything else. I know I've done my PS5 pickup. There's some games here from before I picked up those PS5 stuff. So I've got lots to be going over, whilst in the background now starting to sell off some of my the doubles and all the stuff I had in storage whilst moving into this house to rebuild that game collection fund that doesn't come out of my salary. So I've got a few 360 stuff up for sale, lots of PlayStation stuff up for sale as well, to recoup and rebuild that fund so that through the summer and the boot sale season we're able to pick up loads of cool games for this room where we're now losing out on some space. But thanks as always for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as I enjoyed hunting these games. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, enjoy the hunt, and peace out.